Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video will be another care and husbandry video, and this will be on the Brachypelma boehmei, the Mexican fireleg. So with that said, let's talk about this tarantula. So the Brachypelma boehmei is a New World terrestrial tarantula from Mexico. This is a bright orange tarantula that will most likely to be found on the dry lands in their burrows to get away from the heat. This tarantula, and along with other brachypelmas, these are known to be very slow growers, but I do find if you've got a good temperature and a good humidity, they grow a little bit quicker. So the next topic is this a good beginner tarantula for someone new to the hobby? And yes, it is. These are, in my opinion, these are good beginner tarantulas. Just be careful of getting hairs, because the Brachypelma boehmei kicks hairs quite a lot. For example, majority of the time when I take the lid off my enclosure, she will kick hairs pretty much instantly. And obviously if they get into your skin, they can be a little bit irritating. Obviously they're not as bad as the Brachypelma species, so the Brachypelma hairs aren't so bad, but you know, just be careful when you are dealing with these tarantulas. But other than getting hairs, these do make a good beginner tarantula. So next, we're going to talk about the lifespan of this tarantula. So a female can live up to 25 years, and a male can live anywhere between 5 and 8 years. This is also why I would recommend them to a beginner, because you're going to have this tarantula for a long time if it is a female. So yeah, this tarantula does have a really good lifespan. So now we're going to talk about the price of these tarantulas. Now, these tarantulas aren't the cheapest species in my opinion, and it depends on what Brachypelma you are looking for. But the Brachypelma boehmei slings go for around £21, or could be less if you're lucky. Juveniles go between £45 and £60, and adults can be anywhere from £90 between £100. Obviously the prices can be different if you're looking at a female. It don't matter what size the tarantula is. If it's a female, it will cost more compared to an unsexed one. So, and obviously this is in the UK. I'm not sure about any other places in the world of how much they cost, but in the UK this is the prices that they roughly go for. Temperature and humidity. Say the temperature between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity pretty much the same. Like I said, if you've got a good temperature and humidity, I do find that they grow a little bit quicker and they don't make out to be as slow as what they're known to be. And lastly, we're going to talk about the enclosures. Now, this is going to be pretty much about the same as my other care and husbandry videos, and obviously even after. So this part of the video on all my care and husbandry videos are near enough going to be the same. But obviously I'll put pictures up on screen and show you what I'm talking about. So obviously slings will go in sling pots. You got the square ones, and then you got obviously the tall round ones. Any of them would do, really. It doesn't really matter what one you put it in. Again, pictures will be up on the screen. Now a juvenile, I put them in these Brachypelma tubs. I can't remember the size, so I'll put the size on screen if I can find it. Once I outgrown them, I will put them in possibly the next size up from that, or I will put them in, you know, depending on how big they are, I'll put them in a 15 by 15 by 21 enclosure. Those are the same enclosures that I'll rehouse my arboreal tarantulas in most of the time. And you know, that's a good size enclosure for a juvenile, or even a big juvenile. And for an adult, you can put them in anything that's no bigger than 30 by 30 by 30. You know, they're not going to need anything bigger than that. That's an ideal size for a fully grown Brachypelma boehmei. Obviously you can use the can't remember the name of them, terrariums as they're called. Again, I'll put pictures up on screen. You can put them in something like that. yeah, I think that's near enough everything about the enclosures. But yeah, you don't want to go anything bigger than a 30 by 30 by 30. That's more than big enough to house one of these. Substrate wise, don't put them on wet substrate. These do come from a dry country, obviously in Mexico, where it's quite hot there. Hence that's why they will make their own barrels and go right down to get away from the heat. So obviously don't put them on bone dry substrate. You want some moisture or some sort of dampness in the enclosure to give you your humidity. So what I would suggest is what I use for near enough everything. I use cocoa fibre, dry cocoa fibre, and potting soil, because the potting soil has got the dampness to it, and it's not soaking wet stuff, so you can squeeze it and no water will come out. So always look for that when you're putting substrate in your enclosure. If you think it's too wet, obviously just pick some up, squeeze it, and if it's dripping water, you know, let it dry out more and then use it. Don't put any soaking wet substrate in your enclosure. And there we have it. I think we've covered everything for this tarantula. So just a quick recap. I do recommend these for people who are new to the hobby. These are terrestrial tarantula. They do have a slow to medium growth rate, depending on your temperature and your humidity, in my opinion. These are a new world. Females can live up to 25 years, which is also why I would recommend them to a beginner. Obviously, be careful of eradicating hairs, because this particular tarantula do kick hairs quite a lot. So just be careful of that. And yeah, and the last thing I can say about this tarantula is that they look awesome. Bright orange markings on the legs, a nice, you know, dark colour to them on the carapace, like a dark orange. Yeah, very cool tarantula. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is Carl's Tarantulas. This is where I do videos on just tarantula content. So if you like unboxing, rehousings, feed-ins, care and husbandry, all that good stuff, then subscribe if you want to. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Drop a comment down below, let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe, hit the share, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.